Uneducated experts.
Uneducated experts.
Motherfucking.
Uneducated experts.
Episode 20.
And we are back. What's good, bruh?
Shit, not much. Last day of leave, so I'm gonna turn up as the young guys call it.
Yeah, turn up all day. I don't turn down, bruh.
I'm gonna turn up
I
on a
wake
Friday
up
morning.
and it's turn up time. Friday morning, turn up. Wednesday morning, turn up. Friday night, turn down because I'm old.
But you say you never turn down.
Anyways, I never turn down. I was joking. Anyways, we are the Uneducated Experts. I am Mink.
I am Jones.
Telling you everything that we think we know.
And nothing that we do.
That is the first time in, I think, 4 episodes where we've actually said this in the first minute.
It's been a while. We kind of just get in the rhythm. We start going, thinking everybody knows us, and we forget that we're still new to people. We're still new out there.
Hey, if you don't know, now you know.
So,
Anyways.
I just want to recap before we get into today's session heading into week 2. Yours truly was 2-1 with his picks. While Mink was 1-2. Shout out to the Broncos who beat the Chargers to give Mink his only win.
Barely.
They did have some Bronco fans sweating. I was wrong about my dub. Go ahead. What's up?
Nah, so it's funny, right? I watch all the games, and the Bronco game comes on. I'm super hyped to watch it. I'm talking trash to everybody. Our fantasy game that we told everyone about last week was on the wire, and I've been running on such little sleep lately that I fall asleep during the game. I wake up at like 1 a.m. and I look at my phone, and I have like 47 notifications. And I was like, oh, the Broncos lost and everybody's clowning me. The Broncos lost and I lost the fantasy game. Just to wake up and look at it and realize that I won.
Barely.
That was what had me sweating. Barely.
But a win's a win.
Got that 1-0. First L of the year. Gave it to Jones.
Oh, man, as much as that's a tough pill to swallow.
Hey, so,
yes, I'm 0-1 because of you.
Yeah.
And I got to get on here and do this next
Think about it
session.
like this. Who would you rather have lost to?
Anybody but you.
Anyone else.
Anyone but you.
Hey,
No. AJ's the worst one. Shout out to AJ, who scored
shout out
a
to AJ.
league low 45 points in week 1. Who does that? How can you do that? We start 9 players. He got 45 points.
I was closer to 150 than he was to 100.
Did he start Andy Dalton again?
I hope not.
I don't think
No,
so.
let me look. There's no way. There's no way after a quarterback gets you negative fantasy points, there is no way you start him again.
I
would rather not start anybody.
Shout out to AJ, dead last in the Rookies and Vets Fantasy League.
Who's AJ play? AJ plays Tyreek.
Oh yeah,
he has Alex Smith. He jumped on the Alex Smith bandwagon.
You know what's sad, real quick? You know what's sad about fantasy football is that it's not about who has the best team so much. It's more who has the best record. Because I can lose to the number 1 guy this week, be 0-2, and either Tyreek or AJ is going to be ahead of me, and they probably won't even have as many points as I will. But I'll be 0-2, and they'll be 1-1 because they two play each other.
I mean, hey, there are some playoff leagues or some fantasy leagues that it's not like
it's not records,
like player versus player.
Points overall. Yeah,
it's just points overall.
That's true.
So I think
anyways,
it's kind of crazy.
So week one's in the
hold on. Almost everyone in our league is projected to have over 100 points except 2 people.
Oh, those 2 people, AJ and Tyreek?
Nah. Oh. It's Francisco and Bree. But anyways, so let's recap Monday night's game because we weren't able to record and release our pre-Thursday night football episode. So what'd you think watching the Denver Broncos play the LA Chargers?
I mean, I like what I saw for the Broncos. I like what I saw from the Chargers. It was actually a good game. It's probably one of the best games of the week. I think it was the best game of the week.
That Chiefs-Patriots game, best game of the week.
Simeon looked well. Okay, fine. You started with a good game. You ended with a good game. Everything in between is kind of a blur now. Who really cares, right? Unless you're a fan of that team. But Simeon looked good.
Exactly.
He looked sharp. He looked poised. He
looked
wasn't
poised.
panicking.
His
You
throws
see
were
it.
on target.
You see that there's more weapons than just Sanders and Demaryius Thomas, which I was actually looking for a third option. Jamal Charles looks healthy. Only 10 carries, but 40 yards. That's 4 yards a carry. Obviously, easy math. And they look good.
CJ
But
Anderson looks healthy.
I don't think the Chargers are going to be easy out. But they never really are. They never go away. So I think it was a good game. It was a good game.
No, I mean I agree. I as a Broncos fan, once they selected Simeon last year, I was very iffy about it. I watched him play and I was like, okay, he looks decent for a first year starter. And then like we've had multiple conversations about his stats for the year, and I was like, those stats are actually impressive. So the fact that he was in a quarterback battle kind of caught me off guard, but I can understand why when you have a first round draft pick sitting on your bench. But with him out there, you really have to question why there was even a battle in the first place. That's obviously his team. What I love the most, though, is how highly his teammates speak about him. They speak a little too high, but they speak very highly of him. Von Miller said that Trevor Simeon looked like Michael Vick. Are you there? You weren't there. All right, so since my co-host is out doing something, husband duties, daddy duties, whatever duties, we are going to jump into... Oh, he messaged me. Oh. Well, let's talk about how much the Cowboys suck. Nah.
Oh, that's what you want to do?
Oh, you came back? You came back. Wait, so you can hear me, but they can't hear you?
What do you mean?
Are you on the mic or no?
Yeah, I'm on the mic. I'm good to go.
Oh, you said a
I
couple
attend to it.
minutes.
Well, I know I just sat her down and put some cartoons on. I attend to my daughter, number one priority in my life. So you people should understand that. Some of y'all are fathers out there.
Yep. Well, man, I was about to start talking about how the game of the week this week is going to be the Broncos versus the Cowboys.
Well, let's get into it then, because it is my team versus your team.
Okay, bet. First off, do we have a wager to place?
Well, we always have a wager to place. You just tell me how much you want to lose.
Nah, we'll do a typical $20 wager.
All right, $20 wager. There it is, everybody.
Y'all heard it. Maybe he'll actually send me my money he owes me this time.
No, but yeah.
So,
$20. I got
listen,
Cowboys. You got Broncos. Straight up, no point spread.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, straight up. I mean, the point spread's like 1.5 points, I think. Which doesn't make sense, but...
It does make sense. So how this works is usually home teams get 3 points. So if you're a home team and you are favored by 2.5 or less, you are technically the underdog because you get 3 points automatically at home. So I see right now that the Cowboys are -2. So on a neutral field, that would kind of equal to Cowboys being -5. So your team is basically a 5-point underdog right now.
Yeah, it'll be all right. So here's how I picture this, because I know that this game is going to go, it can very easily go either way. If Denver comes out airing the ball out like they did against the Chargers, and they develop a lead early, and with Dallas's what looked like an inability to finish drives, Denver has a really good chance because that will force Dak to have to throw and not let them rely on Zeke. And if that happens, I mean, obviously Zeke is the center of your offense now. If that were to happen, I give Denver a hell of a chance to win.
So this is what I don't understand, and it led into it was. I started saying this last year when it comes to the Cowboys. It's we played so many games with the lead, and then we just rely on Zeke to push the line and get first downs, and we milk the clock. But so many games I've seen Cowboys getting the ball first, and majority of it, unless I'm tripping, but I don't know if I can go back and find out who won the coin toss to begin the game. But majority of it, I believe hearing that the teams deferred to the second half and decided to kick. I don't understand that. If you give the Cowboys the ball first and we go up 7-0, that just changes the whole landscape of the game. It already sets a tone, you know what I mean? And then what do I see week 1? Oh, Giants deferred to the second half. And then you see the Cowboys come down No, they didn't do anything the first drive. I'm pretty sure they punted, but it's not the point though. You give the Cowboys a chance to go up 7-0 with that offensive line, with that running back, and with that quarterback throwing short passes to Cole Beasley and Jason Witten moving the chains, and you just set a tone from the start of kickoff. But anyways, let's get into week 2. We'll talk about the Cowboys in Denver a little bit more. I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
I want to ask you, which playoff team last year that is 0-1 has the best chance of going 0-2? Our choices are, that way the UE fans could UE friends of the show could play along too. We have the Giants 0-1. Obviously, they were 11-5 in the playoffs last year. We have the Seahawks 0-1, and we have the Patriots 0-1. Which team of those three has the best chance of going 0-2?
Can I tell you which team I hope goes 0-2?
You probably hope the Patriots go 0-2.
I do, and it's not even. I just, oh man, it's because I want to see, like, it's the same reason LeBron's not the MVP in the NBA every year. Like, it's just not as exciting when it's the same team, same person. And sometimes, like, watching something crumble, I sound like a hater. Let me stop. Anyways, I believe that with the schedule as it is right now, that the Giants will be 0-2 because I have the Lions winning this game.
Monday night at home, you're the Giants losing.
Yes, I have Matt Stafford coming back. Well, it won't be a comeback this time because I'll probably take the lead early. So, yeah, I'm going Giants, man.
Is this the OBJ? Is OBJ on the field this Monday night? Is he going to be on the field or not on the field?
He's going to be on the field, even though he shouldn't be.
Okay, I was just wondering.
They're not gonna let him lose another. I don't want to say a primetime game. They don't want another highly covered game like this. There's no way they go out there and do it twice.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
Without Odell, the Giants don't know what they're doing out there.
I was just wondering.
Out there on defense.
I was wondering what played in the factor of your decision. I'm gonna go to Seattle Seahawks.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm gonna go to Seattle Seahawks.
Upset alert.
That is my upset of the week. I got the 49ers beating the Seahawks. That Seattle Green Bay game was just ugly to watch for basically 3 quarters, and then Aaron Rodgers was able to muster up 2 touchdown drives. That offensive line for Seattle is horrible, and believe it or not, what I saw from the Niners against the Panthers week 1, Niners could probably have a decent defense. Now, they'll be on the field a lot because the offense will go 3 and out quite a bit. But this is going to be another low-scoring game where if the Niners could pressure Russell Wilson, maybe deep in their own territory, create a turnover, they can get a touchdown and win this game 16-10. So that's actually, I'm predicting that game right there. Niners over Seattle, 16-10.
Okay. I got a little $5 bet on my site going for that, so the odds are heavily in favor of Seattle.
I mean, they really are. They really are. But I said this before, dude. I just think Seattle's more of a name. The Legion of Boom is not the Legion of Boom. That offensive line is atrocious, and they can't run the football. And when you put all that pressure on what is barely a 6-foot quarterback with no real offensive weapons, man, they're starting to really show that they're very limited in what they can do on offense.
Okay.
But let's get into this game of the week. Sunday Night Football. We got the Packers and the Falcons, a rematch of the NFC Championship game. Now, as much, let's see, call it flack, hate, heat. I'm gonna call it heat. As much heat as the NFL gets for a lot of things they do wrong, there's a lot of things they do right, and it's really getting some of these games scheduled correctly. Last week we had Cowboys and Giants. While that was a little bit of a snooze fest unless you're a Cowboys fan, they tried. They didn't know OBJ was going to be injured. They tried. But you have week 2, you have Packers and you have Falcons. It just so happens to be the rematch of the NFC Championship game just last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who do you have and why?
Green Bay. I have Green Bay.
You have Green Bay?
Covering the spread. I have Green Bay covering the spread. And that's not so much for Green Bay looking phenomenal, because they didn't. But they at least played a playoff contender, correct? The Atlanta Falcons just barely beat the Bears. And they didn't beat them because of a great outshowing. No, they beat them because the Bears dropped the ball. Was it 2 times or 3 times? I believe it was 2 times. Might have been 3. Either way, I'm taking the Green Bay Packers with Aaron slinging the ball on Ty Montgomery, doing everything from the backfield and as a wide receiver over the Atlanta Falcons. Julio probably still has a good game. It's Julio. That's what you expect from him. Everyone else, I'd bench him. Oh, well, you got Freeman, but Freeman averaged, I think, 2.3 yards a carry last game. So I hope for all the fantasy people out there that Freeman turns it around, because if not, you're going to be struggling. Oh. So I don't know if y'all hear all this, but he's over here arguing with his daughter. Yeah, you tell her later, Jones. You tell her later. So, not easily. You know what's funny is I'm making these picks knowing damn well I was dead wrong last week. So, now that Jones is back.
I wouldn't say you were dead wrong. You know, you were 1 and 2. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, barely. Anyway, so I took Green Bay due to Atlanta barely winning against the Bears. I kind of like the kid interruptions. It reminds everybody that we're regular people.
Well, we are regular people.
It reminds me that I'm a regular person.
We are regular people. Well, you think you're a celebrity?
No.
I mean, we do have friends at the show.
I'm something, though.
And some people who don't know us, can we call people who don't know us that listen to our show fans?
I think we just call everybody friends of the show.
Okay.
I like that title.
Well, we'll stay humble, because if you're a friend of the show, then you're our friend, you're our family, and that means we're not famous yet.
I mean, even if we were to get famous, I'd still call people friends of the show. Anyways, who do you got? Green Bay, Atlanta.
I hate to agree with you.
Yeah, that's why I went first.
You went first because I asked you first.
No,
Anyways,
I went first because I knew what was about to happen.
Yes, the Green Bay Packers will walk into that new Mercedes Dome and beat the Atlanta Falcons. For much of what you said, I didn't hear all of it because, of course, I was playing dad. And I don't say playing dad, it's being a dad. I don't play dad, I am one. And Green Bay's going to be able to run the ball with Ty Montgomery. He's the real deal. Is Randall Cobb back?
No.
You don't think Randall Cobb is back? Team high in targets, team high in yards?
Well, the targets will change. Everyone knows who Aaron Rodgers' favorite target is.
I understand that, but when you can create a second weapon consistently, unlike, Devontae Adams with his stone hands, even though he did catch a career high in touchdown passes, he also dropped a lot of balls. Okay, let me ask, what's winning in football right now? Running the football, which they can do now with Ty Montgomery, and underneath passes that opens up the deep passes. So they can get Randall Cobb, a healthy Randall Cobb, running those short intermediate routes. That's what's winning right now. Why do you think the Patriots have been successful for over a decade doing that? And the Cowboys are doing it 13-3. Now the Packers are going to bring it back with Randall Cobb. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hey, look. You say that, I'm with you. I agree. I don't really agree. Yeah, you tell her be quiet.
I wasn't recording when that happened, but nobody heard that but
bad.
you. Nah, you good. I had to tell my daughter to be quiet because you guys could probably hear in the back.
Hey, wait, while we're on this note, though, I want to remind everybody that if you have a UE shirt and you send me a picture, I will post it on Instagram. I think I have like 2 pictures to post. I just didn't want to flood our Instagram on one day with all the pictures, so I'm trying to post them individually.
Yeah, and that's dope. And don't forget my mom's. My mom's put that X in Texas and try to get on that jumbotron. She wants to be up there.
Actually, I need you to send me that picture back.
I will.
Save it.
I will, no problem.
So, anyways, who else we got?
So let's get into our picks.
We're doing we got to pick 3 teams that will beat or that will cover the spread, correct?
No, you just pick 3 teams with the spread. You have to either pick one team or the other. You have to just pick a winner, but the spread counts in this one.
Okay.
So you want to go first?
Yeah, first I will start off with the Green Bay Packers covering the spread.
Oh, by the way, I'm writing these down. So,
perfect. At the end of the season, I will have more wins than you, as usual. So I'm not worried.
No, you won't. But okay, if you think so, go ahead. All right. So you
Green
got
Bay
Green
Packers
Bay
over Falcons. Yes.
Okay. I have Kansas City Chiefs over the Eagles.
You just took it out of my mouth. Oh, that pause.
Yeah, that was
pause.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and write KC and pretend I didn't hear nothing you just said about your mouth and me taking something out of it.
Pause. I am gonna take the Miami Dolphins over the LA Chargers. Jay Cutler is gonna throw it. Half the balls are gonna go to the Chargers, but the other half is still gonna go to the Dolphins.
Man, that's the hate in your heart against the Chargers that has you picking that.
No, I think that I think Jay Cutler has some weapons right now, and I think that with the Jahi being able to rush the ball, I think they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna make. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I think they're gonna have a decent season. So, going with Miami.
All right, let me give you an upset. The Cleveland Browns. No, you know what? I'm sorry. It's not even an upset.
Are you just gonna pick? Hey, time out. Are you just gonna pick the Browns until they win?
I mean, maybe I would have been right eventually last year, right? No, I'm doing this.
Okay, Paul Revere.
You take the Browns, but you take the points. I'm doing that game this time. So I'm taking the Browns with 7.5 points. They will either win a close one or they will lose a close one against the Ravens. So I'm taking the Browns with the points.
Okay. And
give me a 13.
We both know we both know what we're doing right now. I'm taking the Broncos. You're taking the Cowboys. That's what we're doing.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
So, hey, may the best team win.
Cowboys, man, easy. If you said the best team is the Cowboys.
You're not even Texas' favorite team anymore.
You know what's funny? Again with the scheduling. So Lyle Collins, our right tackle for those who don't know, had to face JPP week 1, and then he did a really good job, kept Dak upright. What's his reward? Week 2? I don't know. This is a guy by the name of Von Miller.
The defensive player of the year for this year.
It just don't get easy sometimes in the NFL. Dez
Who
Bryant.
do the Cowboys play week 3?
The Cowboys play the Cardinals week 3.
Oh, they'll be fine there.
Yeah, we'll be fine then. But Dez Bryant faces Eli Apple and Janoris Jenkins week 1, and then we have Aqib Talib week 2. It's just funny.
And Chris Harris. Do not knock Chris Harris like that.
Oh, I'm not knocking Chris Harris. I just think Aqib Talib would be all over Dez Bryant. That's all. I wasn't knocking Chris Harris.
Hey,
dang, get a little sensitive about your team, don't you?
Spoiler alert. I'm taking the Cowboys week 3 for the Survivor pool. You heard it here first. They're playing the Cardinals. I'll take them.
You don't believe in Chris Johnson?
Hey, Chris Johnson's their third string running back right now. Listen, so last week I was like, I'm just gonna take whatever team plays the Colts every week, and then week 2 comes around and it was like the Cardinals. I was like, ugh, not my money, no way.
Yeah, the Cardinals should
then
still
I could have
beat the
been like
Colts.
cheesy and took the Bengals.
Oh, cheesy. Cheesy took the Bengals. Shout out to Queso. He took
What
the
a rookie
Bengals.
move.
I mean, they were at home on a Thursday night. If you look at the numbers last year, majority of home teams won that short Thursday game.
You want to know what I looked at? I looked at last week and said, there's no way Andy Dalton beats anybody.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, at least he didn't throw any interceptions this week. But they still booed him. They want AJ McCarron.
Did they count that as a fumble?
That was a fumble that John Ross did.
Yeah, that Clowney got.
Yeah.
So
that was pretty sick.
I literally, I was like helping my kids do the homework, and I'm trying to watch the game at the same time. So I'm like walking in and out of my living room kitchen, like right. And as I walk in, I just see the ball in the air, and Clowney grabbed it out of the air, and I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Bro,
I don't care. Run.
Okay, you see how big Clowney is. Clowney looked so much bigger when he was running with the football in his hand and people were chasing him.
Yeah, but did you see who tackled him?
No, yeah, and Dalton did. But you understand what I'm saying though when I say that? Clowney is a big dude. We get that. But when he had the football in his hands and people were chasing him, he just looked so much bigger than everybody else on that field.
Did you see when he jumped on Mixon's back?
Yeah. Go back.
Mixon carried him for like 3 steps.
Friends of the show, go back and watch that replay. You can probably find it on YouTube. He just looks so much bigger than everybody else that was chasing him trying to make a tackle.
Pause.
What?
No, like, you know what the word pause means?
Yeah, I said something that was questionable.
Yes.
He looks so much bigger than everybody trying to tackle him?
Well, you said he looks so much bigger than everybody. That's when I paused you.
You ain't gonna pause me because this is a sports podcast and football. You big on the field
I'll pause whoever
and
I
you
want.
tackle.
Pause.
Man.
Pause.
This ain't the hood. Ain't nobody trying to take nobody's man card over here. You on the field. These are really big athletes, and you have to tackle them. You have to put your hands on them. Just don't be like the Clemson guy and grab some booty.
Anyways,
did you remember that last year? You remember that last year?
Yeah.
That dude stuck his fingers in that dude's butt.
Pause.
Shout out to Clemson. They're your national champion.
Clemson finger.
Anyways, do you want to dive into some fantasy or you want to keep going with these games? We already have our 3 picks. Give me your bold prediction.
I'm trying to think. My bold prediction is that
Bears over the Bucks.
Hell no. I almost said my Bucks. The Bucks are gonna do great. Here's my bold prediction. It's not a team. It's a player. I think that Kenny Galladay from the Lions has another 2 touchdown performance
against that secondary and the Giants.
Yes.
Oh man, that is a bold prediction. Much like NFL Live do with their bold predictions on Fridays, that's a bold prediction.
What's your bold prediction?
I'll give you a bold prediction in that Chris Johnson, CJ Noke, will have, I'll say 80 all-purpose yards, but he will have 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Which equals 20 fantasy points.
There's a lot of backs back there.
There's a lot of backs back there, but I don't say there's a reason why they went back and got Chris Johnson. They needed him, obviously. They like to carry 3 running backs. But if I told you who's better, Chris Johnson or Kerwin Williams, I mean, come on, let's go. Let's be honest. When Kerwin Williams is not new. He was on that team when Chris Johnson was there, and he was a 3rd down running back. DJ took over. They tried to make Andre Ellington the running back. He couldn't stay healthy. So here comes Kerwin Williams as the backup. But don't fool yourself. Everybody who went out there and grabbed Kerwin Williams, you wasted your waiver wire. You wasted your blind bids. That dude is not the back to have in Arizona. It is Chris Johnson. It might take him a game to get fully up to speed, but you're going to see it come week 3. Maybe week 4. He won't run against Dallas. You'll see it week 4. Mark my words. I said it here already. September 15th, Chris Johnson is the back to have in Arizona. So.
All right.
You wanted me to turn up. I'm hyped now. We're talking football. I'm hyped. I'm hyped, son. Hypey. Too much? Cut it down?
Bro, I don't know where you're from, but it's not.
It's not hypey?
You were, quote unquote, not with the shits.
Bro, I'm 30 years old, man. I don't know what's good no more. I don't know the last time I've been to a club.
I hate that saying. I hate that saying.
I don't know the last time I had a hip conversation.
You said a hip conversation? Is that what you said?
That is what I said. That is what I said.
Man,
My hip.
You are. Your hip's probably going to be bad before you ever are hip again.
Ooh, man, I tell you what. Man,
I tell you what.
my kids keep me young. Oh, I do sound old, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
That's like that's the old man. That's an old man statement. My kids keep me young. Anyways,
Do we have any other topics?
I mean, we can talk about anything, man. People want to hear us talk. All right,
Yeah, we're already at
let's
30
go.
minutes though.
Give me a fantasy stud real quick. Give me a fantasy football stud.
For this week,
Not
or for the
Galladay.
season?
Give me give me one of those fringe. Do I start? Do I sit, guys? What's he gonna do?
So who's a question mark right now?
We got a few.
Isaiah
of 'em.
Crowell.
There you
Isaiah
go.
Crowell. I am sitting Isaiah Crowell.
Against the Ravens. That's actually a good. So he's gonna be a dud. You have him as a dud this week.
Yeah, I mean he might get you like a touchdown, maybe, but his yard. I mean, I would say the touchdown's a stretch, and we don't like being touchdown dependent, obviously. And
Yeah, he's gonna
the
be
yards
touchdown
aren't gonna
dependent.
Be there. The Bengals couldn't run against them, and they got 37 running backs. So, I personally sat Crowell this week
Okay.
for. Actually, I put Galladay in over Crowell because I had Crowell in my flex. Jeremy Maclin. So same game. Start Jeremy Maclin. The Browns let Antonio Brown, the number one receiver, have a big game. Great game. I feel like I sound like the president right now. It was great.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah. You're going to love it. It's going to be the best there ever was. And obviously, Maclin is not Antonio Brown. However, I still see a big performance with an increase in targets.
So we got Crow dud. We got Macklin stud. Okay. And those I see. That's what I'm talking about. Those are fringe guys. Yeah, Crow's really a guy you want to start. He was drafted as your weekly starter, but you got him as a dud this week. I like that. I'm gonna
That's
go.
only if you have a bench. Well, I have one more.
Oh, okay.
And this is a sleeper pick. Julius Thomas, tight end for the Miami Dolphins. And this is why.
Stay healthy.
This is why. Who was a coach on the team when Julius Thomas had his breakout years?
Peyton Manning.
Adam Gase.
He was the offensive coordinator. He wasn't a coach.
No, he was the quarterback coach. He went from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator to head coach really fast. But when Adam Gase was the offensive coordinator for the Bears, who do you think seen the second most targets from the quarterback?
I'm gonna guess Martellus Bennett.
Too long of a pause. They're tight end. So I foresee, I think Parker's going to get the majority of the targets with a very close tight end coming in for second. So I'm going for strictly volume-based. The talent's there. His ankles just aren't. So if he can keep his ankles intact, duct tape them up or something, wear some high socks, something. If he can keep them intact, Julius Thomas is going to be a sleeper pick. I've picked him up.
Yeah, I know you did, and I laughed when I saw you do that. Okay, you want a stud? I had it. Now I lost it. I'm trying to get it back. Oh, Christian McCaffrey. The Bills are not a good team. They tried to lose to the Jets. Luckily for my Survivor League, they did not. Panthers are going to get a lead. They're going to run the ball with Jay Stu and Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is going to get the check down underneath, and I think he's going to have a good all-purpose yards game, maybe 100 yards and a touchdown. So you take those 16 points, you can thank me later. If you want a dud, there's no bigger dud than Carson Palmer, but I don't think he's on the fringe of start or sit. I'll give you this. Don't buy the hype in Trevor Siemian just yet. Yes, he threw 2 touchdowns and ran for another. But Cowboys shut down Eli Manning. Cowboys were 5th last year in points given up. While everybody wants to say Cowboys secondary is questionable. It's questionable. Finally, excuse me. They were questionable at best. We don't give up points. I say we because I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't care, but we don't give up points. We might give up some yards, but we get down there and we force you to kick a field goal. So I don't see Trevor Siemian throwing a single touchdown pass against the Cowboys come Sunday. And then you want a...
Man, I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah, me neither. Because I'm going to roast your ass for all 4 quarters during the game. From kickoff until all 4 quarters.
Lightly roasted coffee that day.
You want me to give you a sleeper? Because you gave a sleeper in Jay Thomas, which, man, I think he's still sleeping himself. Let's go with... Well, I already said Chris Johnson. That's a sleeper enough. 80 total yards, 2 touchdowns. That's my sleeper right there. And I even gave you a stat line. I don't need no volume or his ankles or make excuses for why I might be wrong. I'm giving you a stat line, people. Once he touches that ball,
he does that,
he's
that
gone.
Would be crazy.
So, you have Corral as a dud. My dud is Simeon. You have Macklin as a stud. My stud is Christian McCaffrey. And you have Jay Thomas as a sleeper. And I have Chris Johnson.
All right, so before we end this, I have one question for you.
What's up?
If you have David Johnson on your team, do you cut him or do you just stash him?
I cut him. I absolutely cut him. I don't.
What are you
stashing him for?
Well, I'm sure people are stashing him with the hopes of that he comes back for the fantasy playoffs, which I don't think he will.
I don't think he will. They said Christmas. If he's back by Christmas, that's week 16. That's fantasy championship week. You're going to put David Johnson in your lineup, his first game back, for your fantasy championship. It's not. Go pick up Chris Johnson and thank me later, everybody who's listening to this. I mean, you know what? It's probably too late because I picked up Chris Johnson literally everywhere I could. So, but if it's a keeper, you keep him. Obviously, if you're in a keeper league, you keep David Johnson and you just keep rolling through the season. If you can get a great deal for him, fine. But if you're in a keeper league, and I mean, he's worth stashing for, obviously, because he's a great player.
Yeah, see, so like me, I have David Johnson, right? I haven't cut him yet. But keeping David Johnson takes away my first-round draft pick going forward.
Okay, but he'll be a first-round draft pick next year.
Next year, if I keep Kareem Hunt with a third, because I mean, the Chiefs, once a running back goes down, they come back. They never really regain their job back.
So this was about your fantasy team. You're asking me, the expert.
Well, no, I'm just saying because I know a lot of people are on this like fantasy hangover right now over David Johnson.
You're asking me.
I already know.
You want
I
me
already
to tell
know
you
what
what to
I'm
do with
gonna
your
do.
team.
I'm just saying if you're in a predicament where
Like you are
drafted another player that you would keep over him. Well, yeah, my thing is people are still trying to offer me trades for him. That's why I haven't cut him yet. Trying to see if I can work a trade because they think that he's going to come back. Deal. Anyways, I think this has gone on long enough. We're at 38 minutes.
Give me your survivor pick. For the Uneducated Experts survivor pool, give me a survivor pick.
I'm playing it safe this week and taking Oakland over the Jets.
I have Oakland also. Let's just get that out there. If the goal of the game, the goal of the game is to survive another week, there's no surer bet this week than the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, like I said, I was gonna take anyone that played the Colts until I realized it was the Cardinals.
All right, let's get this wrapped up. Tell people where they can find us.
Facebook / Uneducated Experts, Twitter at UNED Experts, Instagram is The Uneducated Experts, no spaces. Go to YouTube, just search The Uneducated Experts. Go to tunein.com, search Uneducated Experts. Go to Stitcher.com, search Uneducated Experts. Go to iTunes and search Uneducated Experts. If you have an Android, download Podcast Addict and you can search Uneducated Experts. What I miss?
SoundCloud.
Uneducated Experts. If you Google Uneducated Experts, the top 2 links are us, and the 5th link is us.
I love the last part when you say everything and you just say, if you just Google Uneducated Experts, we got the 2nd link. Like, I just love that. That's why I want you to keep doing it.
The 1st and the 2nd link.
Anyways,
I Google us 100 times a day just to get our Google account up. Trying to make something out of this. One of the people I work with was like, so for those of you that don't know, I'm leaving my current profession here in the next 7 months.
Nobody cares. Wrap this up.
I think it was a surprise to a lot of people, but one of the guys I work with was like, why don't you just get out and be a podcaster full time? I was like, if only it was that easy. Anyways, so who are we? We are the Uneducated Experts. I am Mink.
I am Jones.
Telling you everything that we think we know.
And nothing that we do.
Have a dope day.